Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of the chapter Matter in Our Surroundings of class 9. There is link in the description box of part 1. You can see from there. So let's start. What is meant by latent heat of fusion, that is hidden. Amount of heat required to change 1 kilogram of solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure is known as latent heat of fusion. Heat required to change 1 kg of solid to liquid. What are the units of latent heat? That is Q upon kg. What is this Q? This Q represents charge, that is joules upon kg, and 1 calorie. You might have seen a calorie, CAL, written on food packets, and you might be wondering what is this. Today I am telling you that is calorie. 1 calorie equals to 4.2 joules, and we'll perform some basic questions on this concept. Latent heat of ice is 80 kilocalorie per kg. Convert this into joules per kg. You know that what is latent heat? Joules upon kg. So 80 kilocalorie upon kg equals to 8 into 10 raised to power of 4 calorie, that is J upon kg. I've converted 80 kilo into 8 into 10 raised to power of 4. You all know 1 calorie equals to 4.2 joules. So 8 into 10 raised to power of 4 calories will be equal to 8 into 4.2 into 10 raised to power of 4 joules per kg, that is nothing but 3.36 into 10 raised to power of 5 joules per kg. Very simple. Coming on to our next question. When a solid melts, its temperature remains constant till all of it has melted. मतलब जब अपन सॉलिड को मेल्ट करते हैं तो उसका टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट रहता है जब तक वो पूरा मेल्ट नहीं हो जाता. Why is it so? The temperature given to solid is used up in overcoming forces of attraction between the particles of the solid, so it does not show on the thermometer. जो सॉलिड का जो हमने उसको टेम्परेचर दिया, that is used to overcome forces of attraction between the particles of solid, and it does not show on thermometer. That is the reason. We have studied about boiling, melting point. So what is boiling point? Temperature at which this liquid starts boiling at atmospheric pressure. That was temperature at which solid starts melting at atmospheric pressure to become a liquid. Here we have temperature at which a liquid starts boiling at atmospheric pressure to become a gas. Define latent heat of evaporation. We have studied latent heat of fusion, that is of melting. What is the evaporation? The amount of heat required to convert 1 kilogram of liquid into a gas at atmospheric pressure. Amount of heat required to convert 1 kg of liquid into a gas at atmospheric pressure is your latent heat of evaporation. Latent heat of evaporation of water is 540 kilocalorie per. We are given this information and we have to convert it into joules per kg. You all know 1 calorie equals to 4.2 joules. No worries in doing the calculation. 540 into 10 raised to power of 3 calories will be 4.2 into 540 into 10 raised to power of 3. That is finally 2.264 into 10 raised to power of 6 joules. Always round off your answer to the least number of decimal places. Particles of ice at 0 degrees Celsius cool much better than particles of water at 0 degrees Celsius. Why? Particles of water at 0 degrees Celsius are at a high energy because they have extra energy in the form of latent heat. They have more latent heat, so they have high energy. That is the reason they cool much lower than that of particles of ice. Particles of steam at 100 degrees Celsius cause more severe burns than particles of water at 100 degrees Celsius. Same answer, they have more energy in the form of latent heat. Now what is sublimation? Sublimation is the change of solid to gas or gas to solid without going to liquid state. Directly from we are going to solid to gas, not liquid is not coming in between. This is known as sublimation. Now there are some examples of substances that sublimes, that's solid I2, that is solid iodine, dry ice, naphthalene balls, camphor, and solid NH4Cl. We will study about the sublimation of solid NH4Cl in the upcoming time. This is sublimation of NH4Cl, that is in white dish. what you will take? You will take solid NH4Cl, crush it and put it in a china dish. China dish is something like this. This is a china dish, so you will put it in that and arrange the apparatus as shown. Apparatus is your whole diagram. So arrange the apparatus. What you will do, you will take a Bunsen burner, your tripod stand and wire gauze. China dish mein you will take NH4Cl. This is your beaker. NH4Cl deposits. You will put a cotton plug here, that is inverted fume. Now after that we will heat NH4Cl, and after heating NH4Cl, what we will get are observations. We will observe that vapors of NH4Cl deposits on the side of funnel. As we have seen from the diagram, that this is your diagram. These are deposited on the sides of the funnel. So these is your observation. What is conclusion? NH4Cl, that is a solid, it directly changes to vapor, it sublimes. The deposits of NH4Cl can be collected again by removing the funnel and scraping the solid from the walls of the inverted funnel. Now how can we collect these deposits of NH4Cl again? We will scrape the solid from the walls of the inverted funnel. What do you mean by scraping? You will scrape, you will remove with the help of spoon or anything again, and then you will get solid NH4Cl again. Now you might be wondering that why we use a cotton plug at the top of the apparatus. Because vapors of NaCl do not escape out. This is clear? Interconversion of states of matter. How matter states are converted from one state to another. Solid to liquid by melting, liquid to solid by freezing, liquid to gas by evaporation, gas to liquid by condensation, and solid to gas by sublimation, gas to solid by sublimation, that we have studied in sublimation. Define evaporation. Not new term to you. You all know what is evaporation, but I am repeating. Change of liquid to vapor, liquid to gas at any temperature below its boiling point is known as evaporation, and it is the surface phenomena. Now what are the factors that affect the rate of evaporation? We have 4 factors: surface area, temperature, humidity and wind speed. We will study about these one by one, that how does they affect the evaporation rate, and this is the last part of your chapter. First, coming to surface area. Increase in surface area increases the rate of evaporation. You have more surface, more will be the rate of evaporation. Let's understand through a example. What is the reason for this first? More number of particles leave the surface per unit time. If more larger surface is there, so more number of particles will leave the surface at that time. Examples: spreading of clothes for drying. What if we do not spread the clothes and just take the clothes in a bucket, wet clothes, and put it in the sunlight? Will they be dry? No. But what if we hang them, they will be dry faster. So we have increase the surface area. So this is the first phenomenon. Second, kerosene or petrol are put in vessels with very small opening. Why with a very small opening? You have seen at petrol pump that the container in which the petrol tank is there, it is very small. Why is it so? So that the petrol does not escape out. Coming to a second second factor, that is temperature. How does temperature? Increase in temperature increases the rate of evaporation. How? With the increase in temperature, particles gain energy much faster, so go to vapor state much faster. Example: clothes dry faster in summers. You all know clothes dry the least in the rainy season, and at second it's in winter season, because they are gaining much energy faster and they are going to a vapor state much faster. Coming to third factor, that is humidity. Increase in humidity decrease the rate of evaporation. Reason: the amount of water vapor in the air is already high. You all know water vapor is already high, so it will decrease the rate of evaporation. Example, clothes dry very slowly in rainy season. High humidity, rate of evaporation is less. Coming to our the amount of water vapor in the air is called humidity and it's expressed in percentage. Amount of water vapor in the air is known as humidity. Coming to our fourth factor, wind speed. Increase in wind speed increases the evaporation. Reason, with increase in wind speed, the water vapor moves away faster, thus decrease the amount of vapor in the surroundings area. Wind speed will increase, so the water vapor will move faster and they will decrease the amount of vapor in the surroundings area. Now we will see some questions based on these concepts, on these four factors and on evaporation. Evaporation always causes cooling. Explain. Why evaporation always causes cooling? Particles absorb energy from the surroundings continuously and leave the liquid surface, making the surroundings cool. They will take energy from your surroundings and they will leave the liquid surface and they will make the surroundings cool. For example, when you boil liquid, keep it on a gas, and then if you put a plate on the beaker that in which you are cooling, after some time you will observe that there are minute particles of water vapor at that plate, at the back side of the plate. So this is because of this evaporation. When we pour some acetone on a palm, it feels cool. Explain. What is acetone? Acetone is something nail remover type. So it has very low temperature, very low BP, boiling point. So the particles absorbs energy from the pan and evaporates fast. They will take energy faster and will evaporate fastly. Next, we sprinkle water in the lawn after a hot sunny day. Explain. Water has large latent heat of vaporization, so it can absorb a lot of heat from the surroundings and evaporate, making the surroundings cool. As we have seen in previous questions, water has high latent heat than ice, so it can absorb a lot of energy, lot of heat from the surroundings, so it will evaporate fast, making the surroundings cool. Next, why do we prefer cotton clothes in summer? Many of you know that they are light, but there is one more reason that we perspire more in summer. Perspire means sweat, and cotton is good absorber, so it absorbs sweat and exposes it to the atmosphere. From here, evaporation takes place, taking the heat from the body and keeping the body cool. That is the natural phenomena that you all know. Next, why do trees have more leaves in summer? More leaves make transpiration faster, so trees remains cool. Why do trees have more leaves? Because more leaves make transpiration faster and the tree remains cool. Next, water remains cool in an earthen pot. What is an earthen pot? You all say it matka in Hindi. Matka, in which you keep water in your kitchens. So water remains cool in that. What's the reason? Water from the pot seeps into the pores of the pot and comes to the surface of the pot. From here it evaporates, taking the heat from water inside and from the surroundings, leaving a cool effect. See, this is your pot and these are the pores on its surface. So water from the pot, it will seep into these pores and come to the surface of the pot. This surface, they will come to its surface and hence the surface will become cool. From here the surface evaporation will start, taking the heat from water inside and from the surroundings, leaving a cool effect. Next, to drink hot the faster, we pour it in a saucer. Explain. You have seen old people drinking tea in a saucer because it is hot. So to increase the surface area of evaporation, saucer increase the surface area, so the evaporation is much faster, so the tea cools down much faster. Coming, why does a cooler cools better on a hot dry day? On a hot dry day, evaporation of water from the sides of cooler is faster, so the surroundings become cool. This cool air from the surroundings is thrown by the fan. On a hot day, evaporation is cooler. Evaporation from the sides of cooler is faster, so the surroundings become fastly cool. And this cool air from surroundings is thrown by the fan. We see water droplets on the outer surface of gases containing ice cubes. Explain. Why water droplets as the out surface of the particle in which it are filled? Because the water vapor present in air touches the cold surface of the glass and condenses, forming water droplets. These short answers can be asked in the form of give reasons. So please understand them very carefully, and if you have any doubt you can ask me in the comment section. Coming to evaporation and boiling. What is the difference between evaporation and boiling? Evaporation is the slow process. Don't mind of the spelling of boiling, that was fast. So evaporation is a slow process, whereas boiling is a violent process. Evaporation causes cooling, boiling causes heating, that you all know. Evaporation can take place simultaneously at all temperature, but boiling cannot take place at any temperature. It takes place at a fixed temperature. And evaporation takes place at the surface and boiling takes place in bulk. Last and final question of the chapter is why ice floats on water. You have seen that when you pour ice in your juice, it will float. Why doesn't it sink? Because ice has a cage-like structure, hence its density is less than water, and so it floats on water. Its density is less than water. This is the reason it floats on water. This was all about our chapter matter in the surroundings. I hope that you will find this video very beneficial, very important, and you will understand a lot of this from this video. If you really like this video, please subscribe to my channel and therefore share and like my video. Thank you. Meeting in our next video. I will share the link of the other chapters of science like structure of an atom in my description box.